G.H. Marcus Taggart will please when Gina Robinson refuses to take a DNA test to determine who her biological father is. Fans who knew Curtis Asford have finally learned that Portia Robinson is a liar. Since Curtis and Portia's wedding took place, there has been a time when the secret was exposed. But the real Curtis still hasn't had a proper conversation with Gina. Curtis simply wanted Gina to slowly accept this harsh truth. In addition, even Curtis needs time to determine the future direction of himself and his new wife, Portia Robinson. The marriage is complete, and now it's time for Curtis to decide how to continue the marriage or to stop it altogether. Curtis is angered by the truth, but if you think about it, Curtis has a stake in this as well. Because Marcus never hates Gina. Ever since Gina was born, Marcus has always considered Gina his biological child. Perhaps Marcus really didn't know the truth until recently. However, when the truth is revealed, Marcus will want. Marcus still wants to be Gina's father, despite painfully accepting the fact that Gina is not his daughter. To Marcus, it didn't matter who Gina's father was. The important thing is that Marcus himself has a daughter in his heart, and that will never change. Meanwhile, Gina is also a person with such thoughts. Gina always values Marcus, and Gina also knows that Marcus is not at fault in this. Rather, Gina's mother also lied to both Marcus, and Marcus too is suffering as much as Gina, no less. Back to Curtis. When Curtis felt that time had passed and it was time to perform a DNA test to determine who the real father of Gina is. But Curtis didn't expect Gina's insistence on taking a DNA test. Gina believes that she has only one father, Marcus, and that hasn't changed. Curtis once again felt hurt. Even Curtis' daughter did not want to accept Curtis as a father. However, Curtis is still not sure if Gina is his daughter or not, if the DNA test has not taken place yet. Which means that what Portia said earlier is only doubtful, because the time Portia was pregnant with Gina was the time when Portia was having an affair with Curtis. Portia also never did a DNA test on Gina and Curtis. If Gina is the real daughter of Marcus Indian, it turns out to be a painful choke. Which meant that Portia's 20 years old anxieties and fears were superfluous. Eventually the DNA test will happen, but that won't happen right now. Blessed if this test turns out Marcus is Gina's father. Surely Portia's confession would only bring damage to Portia herself and the others. Because it's possible that by then, Portia and Curtis would have ended their marriage.